Hey, this is Mike from the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today we're going to look at a quick writing game, not a roll and write in this case, but a draw a card and write, I guess, Cartographers. No disclaimer needed for this one. Nick, who sent me Dawn of the Zeds in a trade, also included this one for free because he's the greatest guy ever, so thanks a lot, buddy. And I do want to also shout out Liz Davidson from Beyond Solitaire and Dice Tower. Her video on this game is what initially got me interested. So let's go over setup and the quick gameplay rules, and we'll get right into it. Setup's pretty simple for this. You take your sheet of paper from the pad, and you can also choose to be on the opposite side, which has this little rift in the middle that's a little bit more claustrophobic if you play. And just to call them out, because a lot of objectives will rely on them, you got these little ruins spaces, and you've got these mountain spaces, and you also got this track down here to keep track of your score. You take the 4 seasons cards, and you start with spring, go through summer, fall, and winter, so you have those in a stack. You put out the 4 edict cards, A through D, and you randomly assign each of them a scoring card. Now, there are 4 types of scoring cards, one with the arrow, with villages, with fields and water, and with forests. And they say to shuffle these into separate piles, take 1 card from each pile of each type, and then randomly assign them. What I do is I just shuffle them up, and I take the first card of each type I find. So A will get that, B will get that, C will get that, and D will get that. Oh, that was nice. They were just in order like that. And you flip them up so you can see what your objectives are, how you're getting scored for each round of play. We'll go over them in a second. Then you take your little exploration deck. You always use this, but you have the 4 ambush cards separate. You take 1 random ambush card and you shuffle it in with the rest of the deck. You take your handy dandy pencil and you're ready to play. So the basic gameplay of Cartographers is really simple. You're going to progress through the 4 seasons, and in each season, 2 of the scoring cards will be active. So in spring, it's A and B, and then summer is B and C, fall is C and D, and winter wraps back around to D and A. So basically, each of the scoring cards will be active for 2 of the seasons. And just to show you an example of how these work, this one says, earn 3 reputation stars for each space along one edge of the largest square of filled spaces. So when Lost Barony is active, I want to try to get a big group square of filled spaces to get the bonus points there. And filled spaces includes anywhere you've drawn stuff and also the mountains automatically. The rest will rely on different types of things you'll draw. So the Shield Gate is about villages, the Canal Lake is about farms and water, and the Green Bow is about forests. How do you get those things out and fill out your map? What you do is you draw 1 Explorer card at a time. And each of them will tell you what type of terrain you're allowed to draw. Sometimes it'll be several choices, often it's just 1. And what shape you can draw, and often you'll have 2 choices for that. And you can rotate the shape however you want. You can even flip it 180 degrees. And many times one choice will have a gold icon, and that lets you fill out one of your little gold pieces down here if you choose it. And that's basically a free victory point at the end of every round, so the earlier you fill those in, the better. You can draw your shapes anywhere as long as the spaces aren't already filled. There's no need to kind of connect things or keep things contiguous unless you're trying to do that for a scoring card. And each card has a time value up here, and you just kind of keep them splayed as you go. And after you've drawn the stuff for cards, and the total amount of time is 8 or higher for the spring, but it can change for the later seasons, you then score the currently active score cards, and you move on. Oh, and one more thing, if you fill in the 4 spaces, just orthogonal spaces around a given mountain, you get to cross out the coin on there and add 1 to your supply. So you want to surround the mountains if you can. There's a few other smaller rules with some of the cards that can come out. But the main thing is if you draw an ambush in solo, you're going to basically try to put the exact shape as depicted, starting in the corner shown and proceeding around the outside edge in the direction shown. And the little monster spaces are basically potential negative points. You want to surround them with other filled spaces and not let them just sit there messing with your landscape. So those are the basics. We'll hit up these special cards as we see them. But let's get in and build our little village. So let's go through each of my scoring cards and see what our strategy is here. So for the Lost Barony, as I already said, I want to have a really big square, and this will be active for both the first round and the last round. So I just want to get a big one at first, and then I can ignore it for a while. The Shield Gate is one of the toughest ones I've found for the villages. You get 2 points for every space in contiguous village squares in your smaller village. So if you've got like 1 big village, the next smaller one will earn you points. You want to like try to basically build 2 big cities. Canal Lake is simple. You get 1 point for each farm that's next to water and 1 point for each water that's next to farm. So just try to kind of alternate them. And the Green Bow, also pretty simple. You get 1 point for every row and 1 point for every column that has at least 1 forest somewhere in it. So you want to kind of like spread them out diagonally in a way. But again, right now I'm just focusing on building a big square and getting some big villages. I don't know if I'll have time to do that in only 2 seasons. So first we got our Outpost Ruin. So this is a little bonus modifier card. You draw the next card, in this case the Great River. And what the Outpost Ruins does is it forces me, with whichever shape I choose to draw, to at least fill in one of these ruined spaces. And if I can't make it fit or all the ruins are gone, I only get to draw a single square of a terrain type of my choice, which is usually bad, so you want to not cover all the ruined spaces too early. So Great River, I can do a 3-line of water and get a coin, or kind of a bigger kind of diagonal one. Let's see, I would like the coin, but I could get closer to having a big square for Lost Barony with that one, and maybe also surround a mountain. Let's see, I could go over here or over here. What would be a big area for a square? Maybe like that? So yeah, what if I start out my Great River here? Not leaving myself a ton of space to get a farm next to it, but should be okay. And I have filled a ruin space as required by the card. Next we get, another ruins. This time it's a homestead. I can draw a little T with either a village or a farm. But it once again has to go through a ruined space. So that means no way I can get the farms next to the water over here. So I guess it probably makes more sense to start my shield gate going. Actually here, just to also potentially work on a giant square for at least the end of the game, I can draw it here. And then I'll get 2 sides of this mountain. Alright, so I'm drawing these little houses. Got 3 time gone out of 8 already. Alright, now a hinterland stream. Big kind of cross piece there, sort of like an angle for either farm or water. I would love to fill in right there and get my square going already, but it would have to go down more like that. Ooh, I could do like that. That would fully fill the mountain or surround the mountain, and if I made it farm, I'd get several spaces of water and farm scoring. Oh, wait, that's right. I'm not doing the water and farm one yet. I'm doing the Lost Barony, which that would help with, and the Shield Gate. But yeah, Shield Gate's not going to matter either way, so I do like this nice little option there. It fits well. And I will make that farm for next season when it will matter. So I get to cross out the coin in the mountain and also cross it out down here. It's 1 point every season. Okay, 5 time gone. Another farmland and an option. I want to keep working on making this square bigger. So I could do the 2 spaces there. That would give me the coin. There's no good place to put the cross so that it'll fit in. So yeah, let's go and do that. And I'll put it in right here. That'll activate both of these water spaces. And it gets me a second coin. 6 time gone. Oh man, I already got the first ambush. So it starts in this corner, and I'm progressing that way around the outside edge. They always try to fill the outside first. And I go to the first place that it'll fit fully, which is going to be right there. So I just draw that in. Do little quick monsters with horns. And this gets discarded completely, so it's not shuffled back in. So once you get an ambush, it's gone. Now the bad thing is I'm going to get negative points for every space orthogonally empty next to the monsters. And with only a little bit of time left, I don't know if I'll ever get to fill it in. And this will be our last one, because that'll bring us to 8 time. So I've got marshlands. Okay, the forests won't matter for a while, but it wouldn't really hurt me to put them in somewhere. And there's no way for me to get a 4x4 square no matter what I do here. So what seems to make the most sense to me is to kind of put it right in there to fill up most of those monster spaces. And I think I'll make it forest instead of water, because the best I could do would be to put a farm there and there and there to get some points, but the forest is definitely going to score for me when I get to the green bow. So here's some happy trees for you. I definitely don't spend a lot of time making my drawings too detailed for this. And again, we count up the time. 1, 3, 5, 6, 8. Spring is done. So we score. I've actually got 2 3x3 squares. That's the most complete I have. And it's 3 points for each square in one of the sides. So that's going to be 3, 6, 9. You put it right in here. And then the shield gate. Oh my gosh, I hate that one. It's just a total bust. I don't even have a second largest village, so that's 0. And then the coins, I get 2. And then for the monsters, 1, 2, 3 spaces are still empty that are orthogonally adjacent. So that's -3. So this is a horrendous first round. Only 8 points. Yuck. That's one of the worst ones I've had. Okay, to prep for the next round, you switch the next season. So this is summer. We'll have the Shield Gate and the Canal Lake in play and still 8 time. You shuffle all the cards together with 1 new ambush card. And if the first ambush had not been drawn, I would still leave it in there. So you could get multiple ambushes in one round. All right, so Lost Barony doesn't matter anymore, but it will matter at the end. So I still want to kind of have in mind building that big thing. But what I really want is some more villages and maybe a little bit more of the Canal Lake, although I've already been doing that. Nice. Speaking of villages, Treetop Village. So I'm going to try to draw this somewhere else. So yeah, let's try to be as far away from the other village as possible, but I like to leave myself near some ruins so it's easy to kind of get to them. So I'll cover 2 sides of this mountain over here and be way in the other corner. There we go. So Shield Gate's looking way better already. Now I'll get 8 points for this one since it's a smaller of the two villages. Second, we have the Forgotten Forest. And then, I did just realize the Treetop Village would have been the perfect one to fill in there. Oh well, too late. So I can get another coin, or I can fill a little bit more. Although these won't be too different in terms of scoring for the green bow. Because let's see, like if we just put them like this, we'd only get one more point from it going one higher. We'd get the same points for columns. Doesn't seem to really help me over here, and I already have a forest there. I could just plop it right there with the coin and also get the mountain. That seems pretty good, and it's definitely in a different row and column than those forests. Let's go 1, 2. Put little trees there. And that gets me 2 coins, one for the card, one for covering the mountain. All right, now we have a grand river. I can get a coin if I do this straight away, and that would really help me finish this big square I'm working on. I guess it would get me 1 more point as well for the canal lake being next to a farm there. And actually, yeah, I mean, it would be more than that because 2 of the waters will be next to farms, so that would be quite good in a lot of ways. I'm also covering up another monster spot, so I'm pretty happy with this one. Gets me my 5th coin. I'm building those up quickly. 4 time out of 8. Onto the ruins. And the only special card we haven't seen yet, the Riftlands. It costs no time. You can draw a single square of any type, even a monster if you wanted to, anywhere. But in this case, I have to draw it on a ruins. So let's see. Could draw another town there. That might make sense, because then it would be easier for me to put another town down and get extra points. But Shieldgate's about to lose its time. Once this season is done, we only have 4 time left. Shieldgate will never score for me again. So if we put it like down here with a forest, I would get a new row and a new column. That's a definite 2 points, or I guess 4 points in the long run. Yeah, so let's go for the sure thing for now, and draw a forest right here. Darn it, then I get a homestead, and I probably could have worked on that Shieldgate more. So it's going to bring us to 6 time. I can draw another little T for, yeah, we had this one before, either farm or a town. Let's see, I could make this town bigger, but that would currently only earn me 1 more square, 2 more points, because it would make this one the biggest. It would become 8 size, and that'd be 5 size, so not that much more. Could put the homestead like in here, or even in there. That would work on my large thing. It would cover up the last monster spaces left, and I'd score for at least the 1 farm space there. It's kind of more long game for the long barony, but then I'd still need to push outward this way to really get the big points. Well, I got 6 time left, so I'm not at all counting on drawing another village space. So I think working on Shieldgate would be dumb, so let's do Canal Lake. And yeah, I like this option for now just because things fit well. So we'll make this farmland. Darn, we were about to end the season. Now we got to deal with a goblin attack. So we're starting in the bottom right-hand corner and progressing around this way. So it's 3 diagonally. Definitely can't fit them. Yeah, definitely can't fit them. So it looks like right there will be the first time we can get it in. Those are the ugliest squares ever. This is why you don't usually see me drawing on the channel. And the goblins are gone, but their impact certainly isn't. This will be our last time. Oh, darn, it was a village. Oh, we could have gotten so many points if I had just taken the chance on Shieldgate. We can still do pretty well if I can get this water next to a farm. See, if I went right there, I would get these new farm spaces scoring, because these 2 aren't adjacent to water right now, and I would score 3 of the water spaces, and that would really help me kind of start pushing that way. Maybe instead I should, like, go in here and fill in. It'd be basically the same thing. I'd still be activating some more farm spaces. Yeah, I need to work horizontally if that lost barony is going to eventually score again, so let's do this for now. That'll be water. So I didn't get a chance to deal with the goblins at all, and that's sadly the end of the season. All right, so scoring Shieldgate, we're not going to get 0 this time. We've got a 5 village over here and a 4-1 here, so that's 8 points. And Canal Lake, this might take a minute. So let's do the farms first. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 farms next to water. How much water next to farm? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Not too bad there. Coins, we got to 5. And we did cover up all the spaces from the previous ambush. This one, yuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So minus 6. So that's 24. Still not looking great. All right, we're switching to fall. I guess we can just take away the ones that don't matter anymore. Bye-bye Shieldgate. So there's going to be Canal Lake and Greenbow, and then Canal Lake won't matter anymore, and we'll just be looking at Forest and our big square if we can finish it. And our 3rd ambush is getting shuffled in. Let's hope we don't draw it for once. And so we're starting with a fishing village. And the water still matters, is one we just had a second ago. Maybe we can get our square bigger too. So we could draw in the place I was thinking about drawing before, and that would get a bunch of points for the farms being next to it. Or if I wanted to make the square more likely to get to like the size I want it to be, maybe draw there. But no, I want to go for the definite bonus from the canal lake. So the other option, we had a second chance at it. And the fall is only 7 long, so this will be quick. Okay, and a hamlet. We don't care about villages anymore, so this is just going to be to fill in spaces for the Lost Barony next season and potentially get a coin. Let's see, if I did the bigger shape, it would definitely fill in that nicely, and then I just got to get that to, I think, have a 6x6 done, yeah. Or I could like come over here and deal with some of the monster attack spaces. Doing the little one with the coin would get rid of 2 negative points. But I really want to go for broke with this Lost Barony and see if I can make that work. Might be a terrible idea, especially since it's not scoring this season, but hey, whatever. And it's 3 out of 7. Okay, the Great River. It looks like it would really fit in well here, and that would put it next to some farmland. And I would almost cover the mountains, so I like this idea. So there we go. That mountain just has 1 more space to fill. There's only 1 time, nice. This is probably our second to last card, Hinterland Stream. Yuck, I don't know how to fit this. Actually, I could go like that. And man, then if I got another T at some point, it would be amazing. Ooh, and I could make it a farm instead of water, which would get all this water to be scoring, so yes. So we'll go like that. This is all farmland. We do get another coin from the mountain. Again, that 6th time. Hey, we don't have an ambush. Although I also haven't dealt with... Oh, man, that card would have totally fit in there. Okay, so I can't get that in there. Man, I didn't do anything for Greenbow this round. So let's see, I could fill in the little monster space here and get the coin. That would prevent 1 minus and get me a +1. Or I could, like, put it here. I guess I would get 2 points from putting a farm next to a water there, and I would take away 2 minus points. That seems pretty good to me. So let's go ahead and do that. Wait, that's farm, not water. Well, started drawing it already. Let's let it go. That is 7 times to the end of fall. All right, Canal Lake's getting its last hurrah. So let's do farm again. I'll just count it and then tell you the total once I'm done. So we have 14 farms, 32 points when we add in the water. I'm loving that. As for the Greenbow, this won't be nearly as impressive. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns, just 10 points for now. Coins, we're all the way up to 6 points. And monsters shouldn't be quite as bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is that? 42 plus 2, 44. Loving that. All right, we're on to winter, only 6 long, and this is all that's left. Let's see, we got a 5x5 square going, but man, if I can fill that in, it should be like a 7x7 or an 8x8. Yeah, it looks like it would be an 8x8 if I fill that in and that 1 square. Let's see if we can do it. Maybe we'll get some forests as well. We do add in our final ambush. So now we've got 2 hanging out for this season. Oh, yes. We're starting out with a homestead. And don't forget, all we care about now are forests and things that fill spaces. And that fills a very specific space. Let's make it villages just to keep it varied. I love that. I need anything that fills that in. That should be easy, right? Oh, wait, hold on. That's 7. And this would be 8. So actually, I want to fill in both of these squares to get an 8x8. All right, Great River should definitely do it. And let's see, do I want to use the, long one? No, I don't think that makes much sense. Let's just be safe about it. Do that. Gets me another gold coin, and also I've got an 8x8 now. Is 9x9 even possible? I have to go randomly in there, get 2 there, and get that almost entire row now. So I think 8x8 is as much as I can do. Let's hope I get some forests now. And to forests, they say nay. So can I surround? Oh, I can. I can surround this mountain. That'll get me a point. Doesn't matter again. Let's say it's water. There we go. And, oh, that'll be it. But yes, I love that I got a forest at the end. So let's see. Where can I maximize? It looks like I have no trees in this column and no trees down here. So if I just draw like that, doesn't really matter. I can't surround a mountain anyway. That'll be it. Yep, so that's 7 time. We are done. So Lost Barony. We should have 8x8 fully filled. So what is 8 times 3? 24. Love it. Actually, I kind of thought it'd be more than that, but so it goes. And Greenbow should have gotten a little bit better with that last card. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 with the columns. And for coins, I've got 8. And monsters, I think, should be the same. 1, 2, 3. Oh. I forgot I filled in that little T. So, okay, just minus 3. So that is 39, 47, 44 again. Nice. So you total it up, 8, 32, 76, 120. And we do need the Canal Gate, Shield Gate, Lost Barony, and Greenbow all together. And that's because in a move straight from Sprawlopolis, you combine the totals together of the cards you had, and you subtract it from your score to see how well you actually did. These are kind of like the expected point values for the cards. So we got 44, 68, 70, 90. So minus 90 equals 30. And nice, you got a little scoring thing here. I've usually gotten legendary, but usually it's a little bigger margin than this. This is squeaking in a legendary, but I got to the lowest possible legendary cartographer rating. So there we go, my beautiful town. This weird mishmash of water and fields. Maybe it's like rice farming or something. I got some villages, like a big one over here next to the farmland, a little one down here. Some monsters mostly contained with some goblins running amok over there. And very limited forest land. I guess the moist ground wouldn't allow the trees to grow too big. So that's Cartographers. Hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Good gaming, and we'll see you at the next stop.